Daniel O'Leary was born in Ireland in 1846. He became the father of walking. He did more for the six-day race sport than anyone else during the 19th century. It truly became his life. In 1865, at the age of 19, like so many other Irish, he immigrated to America. He could not find work in New York City, so he settled in Chicago, Illinois, where he first worked in a lumber yard. In 1874, O'Leary was a tailor and toymaker in the heart of Chicago. He overheard a group discussing the world champion Edward Payson Weston's walking exploits, including his attempts to walk 500 miles in 6 days. One person said that only a Yankee could accomplish the feat. O'Leary said,
"If he dropped into Ireland, he'd get beaten so bad that he'd never again call himself a walker."
Everyone laughed at him. He finally said that he thought he could beat Weston. They then roared with laughter. O'Leary wanted to prove that an Irishman could be a successful distance walker. He rented the West Side Rink in Chicago and announced that he would be attempting to walk 100 miles in 24 hours. He succeeded, in 23 hours, 17 minutes. A month later, he walked 106 miles in 24 hours and soon beat Weston's 24-hour world record with 116 miles. Weston spurned all of O'Leary's challenges to race against him. O'Leary needed to further prove his abilities by taking on the six-day race. He reached 465 miles in his first attempt. Finally, Weston was pressured by his greed into agreeing to race for 6 days against O'Leary for a $5,000 prize to the winner, $2,500 to the loser. O'Leary won with a new world record of 504 miles, more than 50 miles ahead of Weston, proving he was the greatest long-distance walker in the world and winning the equivalent of $450,000 today. He beat Weston in all their rematches. O'Leary set world records for 12 hours, 100 miles, 24 hours, 200 miles, 72 hours, and 6 days. His greatest victory came in 1878 at the first Astley Belt six-day race held in London, where he beat 18 starters with 520.2 miles, increasing his own world record and winning the most coveted trophy in ultrarunning, the Astley Belt. While Weston only took from the sport for himself, losing all his fortune in extravagant living, O'Leary returned just about everything he had to the sport. He trained other runners, including women and minorities. He organized more six-day races than anyone during that era and kept it alive in the declining years. O'Leary was the recognized greatest walker of the early era and kept that division of the sport alive as it was overshadowed by running. He won at least 12 six-day races and surpassed 500 miles in 6 of those races, with his best 520.2 miles walking. He lost nearly all of his money from putting on races that were financial failures and then traveled for a publishing house in 1906. He continued to walk. In 1910, at the age of 61, he conquered the Barkley match by walking 1,000 miles, 1 mile each hour, for 1,000 consecutive hours in Cincinnati, Ohio. O'Leary died in Los Angeles, California in 1933, at the age of 86. He had been suffering from a long illness and had been confined to a sanitarium. The cause of death was said to be hardening of the arteries. His obituary stated,
"He outwalked all other champion walkers and death alone, afoot, could overtake him."
This video is brought to you from the Ultrarunning History Podcast by Davy Crockett. Listen to the podcast with more than 170 episodes and subscribe to this YouTube channel.